Yeah, tell me who the fuck you supposed to be. I've been up for 3 odd days, I still ain't got no sleep. So much smoking inside the air that I can't breathe. And the drugs, money, clothes, that's all I need to comfort me. Junk up to on my feet, every day buying new clothes. Every day I fuck a new hoe, time to rock the show. All I knew, these hoes on 5-star meal. Drop a bag on my dinner, she tryna get a feel. I'ma take her home and bend her. Baby, we can fuck, but ain't no love here. You ran out of luck, it's only drugs here. Get up on my body, for this all like origami. She's climbing up on top, me, smarter, Giorgio Armani. Racks on me, I bout to tax. Spend it all to make it back. Clapping, I may run a track. Guess I gotta keep it stacked. Racks under my shoes when I hear that money call. You think I was similar way I made these women fall in love. I be flying in the dub. They ain't knowing it's a 5-star meal. Drop a bag on my dinner, she tryna get a feel. I'ma take her home and bend her. Baby, we can fuck, but ain't no love here. You ran out of luck, it's only drugs here. Tell me who the fuck you supposed to be. I've been up for 3 odd days, I still ain't got no sleep. So much smoke inside the air that I can't breathe. And the drugs, money, clothes, that's all I need to comfort me. Junk up to on my feet, every day buying new clothes. Every day I fuck a new hoe, time to rock the show. All I knew, these hoes gon' go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Expressions Podcast. Your host Chris, and today we have an episode that I've been very, very excited to shoot. One of the most, I'd say, contrarian minds in the underground. Someone that always has an interesting take and has such an interesting perspective on the underground. One of the most, just, I don't even know how to explain it, just a golden ear, I guess you could say, on him. His taste is impeccable, and I've known him for a long time now, which is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Geeswank. Swank, welcome to the show, man.
What's good, man? Happy to be here. Been wanting to talk to you for a while. Get some things off my chest, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And that's why I'm excited to have you here, because Geeswank is not afraid to speak his mind. And those are the people we love here on this podcast. Before that, Swank, if you could give a little introduction to the people. I kind of gave a little bit of my perception of you, but tell the people what's sort of your role in the underground. Who are you to a certain extent? Whatever else you'd like to say. And also, where are you from, most importantly?
All right, man. You had Relics on here.
Yes,
Me and
sir.
Relics are pretty much from the same spot, but like where he's from is about 20 minutes from where I'm from. So I'm from Port Arthur, Texas.
Yes, sir.
If you know about Pimp C and all them kind of dudes, that's where they from and shit. But that's where I'm from, Port Arthur, Texas. I like to call it the third coast, bottled water. You know what I'm saying? As far as my role in the underground, I like to let other people classify that, because you ask me, I'm just a consumer here.
No, I know.
I'm just here for the music, but like.
But you're more than that. You're more than that, though. Don't
yeah.
short. Like, I know how it is, but I want you to tell the people that, because you do contribute in a very, very positive way, in my opinion.
I like how I really appreciate how a lot of people like to come for me for my opinions for some reason. And I really appreciate that. So I guess you can equate me to like, well, what's the role of an A&R? Whatever an A&R does.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of similar.
Definitely. I would say you do exactly something reminiscent to an A&R and a manager, giving feedback. I imagine too, you probably connected people before, maybe an artist and a producer, etc. Shit like that.
I've done some of those things before.
That's all management, A&R stuff for sure.
Yeah. Man, I just feel like I give good advice, man. That's one. You ask me something, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion.
I agree. And again, I could co-sign this because it's true. He's a very honest critic, and I think that's so important, artist or producer, to have someone in your corner that's willing to give you that feedback. And I know a lot of the artists that you're close with speak so highly of you because of that. Something though, just little tidbit, and I'd be remiss to say this because my younger brother specifically wants me to tell you this. one of your greatest contributions to the underground is uploading the best version of Life Support by Hard Rock, and we want to just that very much. Thank you, man. Thank you.
My thing about like shit like that, if something gets taken down, like I just have to. If I want to hear it, I have to put it on. I have to put it up.
Yeah, we want to hear that song, man.
It's not. It's for me, really. Like, you know.
Yeah, nah, and thank you for that, though. We just want to thank you for that, man.
Yes, sir.
So getting right into it, Swank, I think that's a good enough intro. So we've been wanting to do this for a while, finally getting on the call right now. A couple days ago, you tagged me in a story, a thought of yours. We're gonna get right into it.
Yes, sir. Let's go. I'm ready.
So let me quote you. Geeswank said, "I also have a theory about how clones in music or art in general don't really exist, and if they do, there are very few of them." So unpack that for us. What do you mean? Because I see all the time people like he's clone of this person, he's clone of that person, clone. I see it all the time, man. What were you saying right there? Unpack it all for us.
Okay, let me start by saying this. I think the clone allegation is an opinion that comes from a place of pure ignorance. You have to be very ignorant to say something like that. When you really get into an artist, whether it be music or any other field like fashion or anything art in general, there's this thing called influence that people have. Like, let me give you an example. You have people like Chief Keef, Young Thug, you know, like people who you would call pioneers in this music industry, or like
Certainly.
Even like when it comes to fashion, people like Jun Takahashi, like a lot of Japanese designers and shit like that. You have to know that all of these people were also influenced by something. But influences come from different places. Some people are influenced by just life in general. But some people are influenced by other people, which is fucking okay. I think it's very small-minded to say that people are clones, because there's an influence. There's somebody that has an influence on somebody. Like, everyone gets an influence from someone. This is human nature. People are inspired. This is how this works. But like I was saying, people like Chief Keef, Young Thug, you hear people that sound like them all the time.
Yeah.
You never hear anyone say, "Oh, he's a Chief Keef clone. He's a Young Thug clone," because it's understood that these people have a certain level of influence. And I think the small-minded person doesn't understand that the people that are influenced by them also have a certain level of influence. So take like Hard Rock or Destroy Lonely. These are the type of people who you say that people are cloning. No, it's the same for like Chief Keef and Young Thug. These people have influence. Even like smaller people have influence, like in the underground. Upcoming artists influence other upcoming artists. It's a trickle-down effect, and that's how it works. That's why I think there's no such thing as a rap clone. And like one more thing, like to really analyze somebody's music or art, you have to go to the beginning, which is why I say it's really ignorant to say something like that, because people formulate these opinions after hearing a song or two.
Yep.
You have to go to the origins of these people's art. And once you go to the origins of their art, you can really see the influence. Or like, not even the influence. You can analyze their own originality, really. And there was something I also posted that day where it said originality is when you have all these influences and they meld together, and then your personality shines through it. And that was just such a perfect way of explaining that to me. But yeah, I don't think rap clones exist, and that's why.
Well, I think that was so beautifully said, and I could not agree more with you. I think really one of your main points, ignorance, right? Like,
yeah.
And I know this one will hit home for you. Obviously, sleepinrelics, the one and only. We're big fans of his, and obviously the one right now doing crazy, going crazy. And like you see people commenting, "Oh, a hard rock clone." I'm like, bro, are you even trying to listen to the music?
They're not
Like,
trying.
Are you even trying? Like, why? But it's so weird to me how they go into the song already with a bias, like this is gonna be
Exactly.
trash. Like why? Where does that come from though? Where do you think that comes from?
Where I think what comes from? Explain it. Like the
So
bias.
so someone goes in there and they're like, because I've heard Relics being called like a lone clone too. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what you're listening to. Like I don't get that. What do you think that comes from? If you had to,
Uh.
yeah,
Uh.
it's think deeply question, man.
Yeah, I think it comes from like just a pure admiration of someone else,
Mm,
which is it's honestly kind of beautiful in a way, because like you admire this person's art so much that you think that the next person has something like you think this artist is so great, and it's kind of true in a way. You
yeah,
think this artist is so great that other people are stealing from this artist, but the truth about that is
mm,
that that's kind of it's kind of true, because like I don't think the clone thing exists, but I think it's beautiful how people are influenced by such good art. But
mm-hmm,
the close-minded opinion of it is cloning instead of like acknowledging the influence of it. I think people should be like flattered in a way, or like it's kind of amazing really how I think this is how music evolves. Like people
yeah,
set the tone and then other people build from it. And I think that's really cool. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Like inspiration isn't a bad thing. Like I don't think there aren't really many blatant clones. And if there are any blatant clones, I think it's just underdevelopment and not cloning. It's just finding yourself. That's all it is. But like I said, I think it just comes from a place of ignorance. Like you really have to analyze the origins of someone's art before you can formulate an opinion like that. I don't think opinions should be formulated out of ignorance. Like there's a lot of things I don't listen to,
mm-hmm,
and if I don't listen to it, I don't speak on it because
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
And then people have to also realize that they're on the outside looking in. Like I've been knowing Relics for a really long time.
yeah. I know for sure.
Like eighth grade, this is when I met him. Never thought this dude would ever do music. It's so fucking crazy what's
Really,
going on right now. Like it's insane. But you know, I was around for like his first songs and shit, and like, no, bro. Like the comparisons have to stop.
yeah,
Like I think comparisons really kill music. Like you should. I think you should be able to see the individuality in everything.
yeah,
That's what I see. I see people's individuality in everything that they do.
yeah,
But yeah, as far as like the bias, I think it comes from a place of admiration for someone's art,
yeah. I
and
actually,
that's
yeah,
cool.
no, I agree with you. I actually love that. It's like by you calling me a hard rock clone or a destroy lonely clone, etc. It's almost like you think I'm like somewhat close to that level almost.
Exactly.
And like that's that, yeah. And when an artist starts to blow up, like Sleeping Relics to mention again, you start to see that more and more and more, and people just saying shit like that because obviously the ignorance and they're just a bit lazy.
Yeah.
But something I also love that you said is becoming like, I guess, a melting pot of all your inspirations, right?
Yeah.
I have so many artists that come on here, and specifically the ones that are just some of my favorite artists that I'm listening to all the time. They're pulling from so many different places, from just different parts of their life. Even for
Mm-hmm.
myself, just my ear from what I listened to from the beginning of my life to now, I've all pulled inspiration from every single part of that. And it's like that's what makes something original, like you said. And I don't get
Yeah.
why people don't understand that either, though. I think it's a pretty simple, a pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
I think
Yeah,
that's the beauty of life. You can take the
exactly.
mind is great. You can take anything and make it your own. This is how your mind works. As long as you have your mind, you're in control. So
Yeah.
you can take everything in the world is for the taking.
Hmm.
Like I think that's really cool.
And that's 100% true, ladies and gentlemen. That's some real ass shit. Understand that everything is available for the taking. That's without a doubt. I love that take. Swank. Give us another contrarian take you got, man. What else is on your heart right now? What else is on your mind right now that you just need to get off your chest?
All right. Let's talk. I want to talk about one of one real quick.
Thank you. I was gonna bring this up. Anyway.
I want to talk about one of one real quick.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. I'm all ears.
I've listened to it like what? I want to say 3 times already.
I've listened to a lot.
I think it's really good, but I was talking about something last night. How expectations only mean limitation. So I feel like if I would have gone into it with no expectations of what it would sound like, then I would like it more. I think it kind of ruined it for me. I had such high hopes for it, but I thought it would be really different from how it was. There were a lot of like old songs on it.
Yeah.
I think his
yeah.
old projects are a lot better than what he just released. Like Next, I think that's his best work. As far as like, I feel like that could have been a debut album. It was that good.
You're right. You're 100% right. And what's crazy about that was 2021, or is that really 22? Like, I remember when that came out, I was like, he's the best rapper in the world. I was like, he's the best rapper in the world, bro. Like,
yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. I was like, man, this guy's fucking special. Like, what?
So where do you feel? Because to give my opinion on one of one, I do agree. Seeing like Blair on there and Not Afraid, that was like,
Yeah.
I was a bit confused, honestly. I get it though. From this is his first major like label debut where he's gonna have crazy distribution. Blair is obviously a sick like SoundCloud classic.
Yeah,
That's gonna get hella streams and
I didn't
money
even know that
for
song
him.
had 1 million plays. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And like to not hear the high tech Steps tag, I had a problem with that for whatever reason. It just sounds good to me. Regardless, I get that from like a money perspective, but I don't know, man. There was a lot of really, really high notes on that album for me. Like Darkness, like
Yeah.
Zaner, that beat, bro. Like that's one of his best songs.
Yeah, it was good for sure, but it was just below my expectations.
I feel like for me, to kind of add to your point, I feel like the expectations were so high, and I think he didn't go below him, but I think when I think of all his other projects, I put it right at the same level.
Mm-hmm.
I just for me personally, there's some songs in there like I just know I'm gonna be listening to for like the rest of my fucking life. Eye to Eye, like Saint went crazy on that shit, etc. My question for you though, my hard rock question for you that I've been waiting to ask you for such a long time. A long time ago now. I commented on TTS Trap Star. This is his best song, and you responded to me, "Yep." Is that still true? Because
Yes,
I believe it's still true. Thank you.
that song is insane.
Why is that the best? Why is that the best hard rock song ever? TTS Trap Star. Just give me a couple sentences of why it is, man.
Bro, the flows on that song are fucking crazy. Like the voice inflections, the tone of the range. Hard rock has fucking great vocal range, and this is why I think
Incredible.
I think this is why people compare him and like Relics because they both have fucking incredible vocal range. But yeah, when he switches his flow, like Kilo, that fucking beat, bro. Oh my god, Kilo is very fucking underappreciated. Shout out him.
Underappreciated. When I saw he wasn't gonna be on one of one, I was not too happy about that.
Yeah, that guy's great. But he was the part where he's like, I just want to go spend some new bands on Cartier, top champion in the ring. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, that song is just incredible, bro.
Fucking God. Like I told my brother, I said, play that shit at my funeral. Like that's what I want to be sent off to.
But I also want to talk about like another trend that's going on.
Oh yeah, come on. We need the takes, man. We need the takes.
The consistency problem in the underground, bro.
Talk about that.
I don't like how artists get this incredible motion, all this traction, and then they just fucking don't release anything. I don't know if it's like label shit or what, but I really think I think they should just keep pressing the fucking gas pedal. Cause
thank you.
Like shit like one of one happens where like you expect something else, you know.
Yeah.
But like if you would have been releasing I don't feel like it would have hurt him at all. Like, just drop music, bro.
Nah, I
Like,
completely agree with you. There's this hesitancy that will never, ever, ever, ever make sense to me. Like, I'm not asking you to drop like a 20-song project every other week,
yeah,
but
not at all. Mm-mm.
I remember I was listening to this one thing. The two dudes that run quality control, like Migos, Soliati, et cetera, et cetera. They're like their whole like philosophy is just like when someone's hot, flood the streets. Like that's what they say.
Yes,
Just
that's how I feel. That's what I feel you should do.
bro,
Like, it's
like
like
yeah.
I don't like this trend of people getting hot and fucking disappearing. That's not cool.
It's
I don't
not
like
cool at
that.
all. Yeah, I agree
I
with you.
don't know where it comes from either. I don't know if it's just like, okay, they get a deal or whatever. But I feel like it kind of started with Loan because No Stylist was talked about for like what 3 years before it
So
fucking dropped.
long, bro. So
That was
long.
so fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
But that's a different situation because No Stylist was fucking incredible.
Dude, those
That shit
sides
was
is
great.
so good.
Yeah, that shit was so good. Like, it
So
was
good.
way better. That exceeded my expectations. I didn't know that shit was gonna be that good, but that shit was
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's actually funny because I thought it was hard and I saw him perform live and I'm like, nah, this is actually way better than I thought it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think the consistency. I think people should. I think artists should always stay consistent. I don't like the disappearing trend that's going on
Yeah.
at all.
No, I completely agree with you. And I think at the point we're at, we're like, there's so many people making music right now. And it's a beautiful thing because it's never been easier to make music and release a song on
Yeah,
SoundCloud, right? To go on YouTube and learn how to, mix your shit, edit everything, get your vocals right, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's never been easier. So it's great to see. And it's like, if you get that motion and you kind of just let it kind of go away, whatever, and you lose the consistency, there's another 1,000 kids making music in potentially in the same realm
yeah,
that are going to take your spot.
yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. And like the way our attention spans are now, like
Hmm.
if you if
Yeah,
you
I
don't if
think
you're not consistent, like you can
that's
speak on a
another
twink.
thing.
If you're not consistent as an artist, like to you as a listener, you're gonna forget about them quick
Hmm.
because you're listening to so many things, I'd imagine.
Exactly,
Mm,
and that's another thing. Like, I think music is pretty oversaturated.
mm,
Uh, there is so much fucking music out. Like, there's so much to listen to, and that's
overwhelming.
another reason why like people form these ignorant opinions because there's just so much shit to listen to. And like, I understand people can't listen to everything, which is why
Mm,
I don't listen to everything. That's too fucking much to listen to. Like, people always ask me shit about like people like Dom Corleone and shit. I've literally never heard a song by him. So I just can't have an opinion on it. I'd rather not say anything because I have no idea.
yeah,
But there's just so much to listen to, bro. And that's another thing. I feel like since there's so much to listen to, people don't really get around to like studying an artist and really formulating a genuine opinion instead of an ignorant opinion.
yep. I very much agree with that because I feel like a lot of the times now it's like you're saying, it's like information overload. Like in someone's
Yeah.
brain, it's too much. It's too much. So it's like you end up hearing like a song or two and it's like this guy's trash or oh this guy's amazing. Like it's one or the other and you just move on and it's like can you really make a judgment that quickly? Probably
Yeah, I'm a
not.
victim of this. I'm a victim of that shit too. I've done that plenty of
Likewise.
times.
Likewise. Yeah,
For
bro.
sure.
Something I wanna talk about and talk about earlier how you feel like you're doing a lot of the role, a lot of which the role of an A&R manager would do. And I think you do. And I think for someone in your position, from your vantage point, you probably have good advice for a lot of young artists and producers, people listening to this, like wondering like how to level up their game, man. Just in general. I really do think you'd have some good advice. What could you say to an artist who's just looking to get more traction, looking to get more plays, looking to just like refine a sound, just kind of get it all together? What would you say to that person or a producer as well? You know,
I would say
mm,
uh I think image is really important.
mm,
Image is very fucking important. Like, people gonna perceive, this is inevitable that people are gonna perceive you by what they see. So I think that's really important. The more visually attracting you are, it's like I think that's definitely gonna provide success for you. So I'd put image first a lot of times. But as far as music, like I said, you just gotta I think it's cool to be conscious of your influences. Like be aware of your influences and where to apply that influence. And like use your own mind. Like I said, take it and make it your own and apply it to like just apply it to yourself basically. Like where do you relate? Because you're not gonna like completely and utterly relate to another artist. So figure out where you relate to that artist at and apply it. Like say you have a lot of vocal range and you're hearing an artist with a lot of vocal range. Like use that to your advantage. Like maybe on like different instrumentals or something like that, you know. I think it's really good to be experimental.
Yeah.
And just release music. Like just release music, bro. Like that's all you gotta do.
Yeah. I think
the method is
keep going, my bad.
Like put action behind your shit. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I love that. Especially that last part right there. I actually would like to talk a little bit about the image part. That's so fucking true for an artist. Have an image that stands out, like, and to stand out, be yourself, be your own person. Like, even if you think it may come off as weird or whatever it may be, like no one who's at the top of their game right now, and that is traveling the world doing their things, they have never tried to not be themselves, right? They've always just been themselves. They've kept that originality the whole time by taking bits and pieces here and there, right? The image is so crucial. Couldn't agree more. And then, right, actually drop fucking music. I feel like when you don't drop music, you end up in this echo chamber with yourself. Like, is this good? No, this is trash. Da 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 da. Yeah, you may send it to a couple of friends here and there, but to get a real genuine opinion, just put it on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
it cost anything.
You have to
do it.
Everything. I seen a quote by someone like everything is on the other side of fear. I think it comes from a place of fear. So get to the other side of fear, drop your shit, and you'll be fine, man.
Beautifully said right there.
Like just the more, like all you got to do is put in work. Practice makes perfect. The more shit you make, the more developed you'll become. That's all you got to do is keep going.
Yep.
That's all I think. Just keep fucking going.
Keep going.
Everything is not as complex as you think it is. It's really simple. Just keep going.
Yep. Doing the simple things, consistency is hard for some. It is. It's all right though. They'll get it. And to your point, yeah, keep fucking going, everyone out there. I'll bet on the person who doesn't quit before I bet on the person who quits. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of talent, you quit and don't make music, I'm not going to hear you anyways. So, Swank, I want to ask you, man. Well, two things, but we'll start here. Let's talk about Thank You, geeswank.
Yes.
Came out, a couple months ago now. April, thank you. Came out in April. Obviously, some sick bangers on there. Song I played the most off here is Dark Glow, Love Myself.
A fucking man.
I love that song.
That dude has so much fucking potential.
So much.
And that's what I see in people. Like when I'm discovering music, I really look for potential. And like that's why I think people fuck with me, because I see your potential and I try to give you an opinion or like give you a direction in which to develop that potential. But yeah, I fuck with him so heavy, bro. Like
he's so fire.
He keeps improving too. He's so fucking good,
bro, all the time. And for all the people who listening who might not know who the fuck Dark Glow is, because Dark Glow is Lil Bad, but Lil Bad is now Dark Glow. So shout out Dark Glow.
Let me go change that actually.
I gotta change it on one of the songs, but I had to change it on this podcast episode. I still haven't done that. I gotta do that. Dark Glow, that will be changed to Dark Glow. All right. Talk to me about the tape though. What I love about this tape and also your SoundCloud page as a whole is something I want to touch upon after this, but I want to hear more about the tape first. But you to me, this is like, it's like art, this tape, because it's a curated version of like what you're fucking with, like what your ear is telling you. This shit's fire.
Yeah.
Like I love this. So I really think it's a piece of art from like the mind of G Swank, let's say.
Mhm.
What was it like putting it together? Obviously, I fuck with all the artists on here very heavily. You've put me on to a lot of these artists, on like honestly. What can you say about some of the guys that were on there? You know, what was it like making it, man? And what can you say about it, the end product now?
I really fucking love it. I like it a lot.
It's
I
great.
like how in my mind I had like, okay, because when I think of albums, I really like albums that like I like when they're structured in a way where like there's build up
Hmm.
and then like it kind of gets chill towards the end.
Mm.
I like a mixture of those sounds,
Yeah.
like some hype shit, and then like what's the opposite? Whatever the opposite of crescendo is, it does that. I like
Is
that.
it? It's not. It can't be decrescendo.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is though, it's like opposite of crescendo, whatever. But in my mind, I had like, okay, everybody send me some turnt shit and then send me some chill shit. But I didn't even ask anybody to do that. It just kind of naturally fucking happened, which was really fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
Uh my favorite song, I'm gonna tell you my favorite song off of there. Tally the One, Fuck 'em. Oh my fucking goodness.
Yeah.
Ridiculous fucking song.
Nah, that song is fucking gas. Yeah, I agree with you.
I fucking love that song. But I really like putting that shit together. And
Yeah.
like I've listened to so much more music now. And I plan I had stopped for a minute because what we were talking about earlier, like so much fucking music to listen to.
So much, bro.
Everybody was sending me music. And I was like, I'm kind of getting tired of this shit. Like I'm listening
Yeah.
to so much shit. And there's so much shit that I'm not liking. So
Yeah. It's tough to get through all of it. Yep.
yeah, I stopped for a minute. And then I kind of decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna make this shit really exclusive. Like only if I fuck with you now. Like so I'm probably gonna start hosting again, but it's
Thank
only
you.
gonna be like people within like a certain circle. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll start doing that again. And I plan on making another tape. But yeah, I really like curating shit like that. And like those opportunities are starting to come to me more now, like through undercover and shit like that.
Yep.
People always I get asked for my opinions a lot, which I really appreciate. I
100%.
like that people see like kind of an importance in me that I don't really see. I fucks with that.
Swain, come on, man. You could see that in yourself, man.
Yeah, man. I'm keep it humble, man. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough, fair enough.
But yeah, that shit was. I think it's a really cool tape,
Yeah.
and like I think
Mhm.
in a lot of songs, a lot of songs are an expression of you can kind of get a feel for the kind of person I am through it, you know.
Mhm.
And that's how I want like everything on my page to feel from now on. Like I want it to feel like exclusively me.
Yes. So
I want to find a piece of myself in everything.
this perfectly segues into my next point I wanted to talk to you about. SoundCloud hosting, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like it's pretty interesting thing. Super niche. Like if you tell anyone like normal or not normal, just anyone not in the underground or know anything about this shit, like it just is a concept that it's interesting, right? It doesn't really make
Yeah.
sense, but it does make sense at the same time. But now that I've been around and really in the underground, looking at so many different host pages and their contributions to just the ecosystem as a whole, the biggest ones, DJ Fat, Slumps Audios, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
And you start to see distinctive pages though now in the way in which they operate. And something I love about your page, you just basically just said it though, was when I listen to your page, I really get to know who G Swank is because it's so exclusive and it's like I said with the tape, but now your whole page is a curation of curation of your thoughts, your likes, like what kind of music, what's being said, because that probably resonates with you. Does it resonate with me? Maybe we have a lot more in common. You get to actually know the person through a page like yours. Another page that and a person huge inspiration to me started all this sort of shit. Tag, where I feel like Tag was that was a whole curation. His whole page was just his taste, like what he fucked with. Like not everyone is going on tags, right?
Yeah.
And that's one way to do it. And I think that's beautiful. And I think there's another way to do it where you look at someone like Slump Audios or DJ Fat, even my page, I'd like to say at this point, and what I guess the more direction I'm trying to go, where it's like I would describe it more as it's like a cultural hub in a sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like DJ Fat, like he had TK the Race on there. There's people still listening to that song like every day I'm at the gym. I hear that as someone's headphones, like coming out of it. Like that's just like a moment in the culture that started there, and it's like, wow, it's amazing. Do you agree with that statement? There's just a different type of hosting.
I definitely agree with that statement. Like pages like DJ Fat are definitely like cultural staples.
Yeah.
And I like how like there's a certain DJ Fat tailored sound. Like,
Yeah.
Like there's a certain sound coming from his page. Like it's more like I don't know how to describe it. It's more like I really hate to fucking use this term. It's like hood shit. And I really fuck with that, bro. Like I feel like you gotta be some super like DJ Fat is more some turnt shit,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely feel you. I definitely feel you. What can you say about SoundCloud hosting? Like I say, I almost look at SoundCloud hosting though, especially from the way in which you do it. It's like a weird analogy, but it's like almost like a Tumblr page, right? Or something along those lines where it's like an expression of just you, but it's done in such a unique way. And I don't think it's appreciated enough, honestly. Yeah. What can you say about SoundCloud hosting? What does it mean to you?
I just think it's a cool way to express myself. Like when I was like taking submissions and shit, I'm never asking for you to pay me or anything like that. And I also don't want to pay for anyone else's music.
Yeah.
So like when people would send me shit, I'd be like, yo, just send me something. I'll listen to your music. And if I fuck with it, then I'll post it. Like if I like it, I'll post it. Like that's all it takes for me to like it. Like for me to relate to it, for me to find something relatable or just enjoyable about this song, then I'll post it. So yeah, just like we was talking, it's just like I feel like it's a cool fucking way to express myself. Like if you don't know me, I feel like you can really go to my page and get a cool idea of who I am through like just the image. Like it gets. I don't really think it's complex. It's really simple. Like you can look at the cover arts and shit like that. Like I really feel like it's a great expression of who I am, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Like I want you to see me in everything that I do. I want my individuality to shine through everything that I do, pretty much. And that's what SoundCloud and anything else that I do is to express my sense of individuality.
I fucking love it. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It 100% gives someone a transparent look into one part of your mind or many parts of the mind, whatever it may be. And I can say that I've had a lot of hours on geeswank SoundCloud page myself. Probably one song that I'm very grateful for you posting, and everyone should go and listen to this because I feel like people just don't know some of this shit exists. Trouble by sleepinrelics. It's one of the best Relic songs you could ever hear. I don't think enough people know it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite songs I've ever posted. I really fucking like that song.
I agree.
And like that's what I mean. Like you really have to dive deep into an artist to really get where they're coming from. Because like if you listen to that, you're not gonna hear you're not gonna say, okay, this is some clone shit. You don't hear music like that, bro. Nobody's making this type of shit.
Nope, not at all. So one of the things I definitely want to talk about now, and he's the topic of conversation right now. Just talk a little bit about your relationship with sleepinrelics. You've known him since the 8th grade, you said.
Yeah.
He's going crazy right now. You have so much of his music on your page. It's all amazing. What can you say about him, your guys' relationship, and what is it like to see him in the position he is right now? I know you kind of talked about it a little earlier, but really,
I think it's
really walk us through
crazy,
that.
bro. Because like I said, I've never imagined a nigga making music at all, and like especially this music to this fucking degree, like it's so good, bro. Like, and it's so fucking different. It's so different. Like, I hate the fucking clone allegations. Like, you really have to deep dive into this man's his discography, bro, because the range of genres, like, oh my God, this nigga can do anything, and I never fucking expected it at all.
Anything.
And yeah, bro, like genuinely, not even saying this just because like I grew up with him or anything, but
I
genuinely
agree.
my
I
favorite
didn't grow with
artist.
him. I
Like, this
agree.
nigga is crazy. People really just gotta open their minds, bro, like, and really get past like biases. You have to be unbiased. Like, that's one thing about music. I'm not gonna go into your music with any kind of bias.
Yep.
Like, I try not to, but I think there's some underlying bias in everyone. But
Yeah.
I try to be as open-minded as possible about music.
Yes.
But Relics, man, I can't really think of a word to fucking describe it, bro. It's so fucking crazy. No glaze.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I say no glaze.
Nah. Hey man, we just like to show love here. There's never glaze in here. We're just showing love and appreciation, man.
Yeah,
My question to you is, we like people on this podcast. We like people who call their shots, right? What's Sleeping Relic ceiling? Where do you see him a couple of years from now? Where is he? Call your shot, man. Because
I see
people with
him
great
like
ears have great vision too.
pretty fucking huge. Like, I think his audience is going to be very broad just because of the spectrum of genres that he's able to go into. So he can reach so many more people than the average artist just because of the type of music he's able to create. Yep. And like, I've seen where some of his like influence comes from, and it's not the influence that a regular artist has. Like, the music he listens to and takes inspiration from is not the same shit that other people are listening to. Like, I want to say it comes from like, he kind of has, I hate saying this shit, but like an old soul, bro. Like,
you're correct.
It's so beautiful, bro.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But I see him being like really worldwide and well loved just because like of the spectrum of the kind of music he's able to create and how good it is. It's not just creating it for the sake of like being different or anything. It is just it naturally comes to him. It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's someone, and first off, yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I think he will be one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, my mom will be listening to Sleeping Relics. Like, my mom doesn't listen.
Yeah, I feel like it's that's definitely possible.
That's the level.
For sure. Like, I feel like that's some shit that your grandma might be able to enjoy type shit. It's crazy.
Everyone can enjoy it. And he really is one of those very, very few people you could like confidently say, even at the earliest stages when I first started listening to him so long ago now, it feels like, which is fucking crazy, but like, he's never ever been like anyone I've ever heard. Never.
Yes,
like, he's so unique. Like, I've like never heard anything like him, really. And I just think it's very refreshing because you don't, as someone who listens to so much music, you don't get that all the time. Like, something that just, because again, everyone has their little different thing. Like we're saying, there's no clones, but it's the one people that really just stand apart, though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like he's the black sheep in a bunch of white sheep, but all the white sheep have different shades of white and thing like that. Everyone's a little different, but he just is not like the rest. Not like the rest.
Not at all.
So
every time somebody asks me about him, I recommend Trailblazer every time. That's probably my favorite project this year.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. He has not missed. I mean, that Relics casket tape was insane. That was like,
bro, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
People aren't fucking listening. Like, that's the only explanation I have for it. There's no way people are listening.
Not at all.
But let me talk about this. The past week, probably week or more, Love Dies is my favorite fucking song, bro.
Oh, I saw you post that on your story. Bro, people don't know about that song. They don't. It just falls into.
You can't hear that and compare it to anything that's in this scene right now. You can't. And that's you're coming from a place of ignorance calling that man a clone. There's no way.
Bro, the vocal chops on that.
It's crazy.
Do for you. Yeah. Yeah, he really, really, really blesses us, man. Thank you, Sleeping Relics, man. Thank you.
Yeah, he's really fucking good, man. People, they gonna know. They'll get it one day.
It'll happen. We're patient. We're patient. We're patient people over here. It just takes time, man. You know it takes time.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
takes.
how many times have you seen an artist blow up in your time at this point?
Okay, look, a lot of people don't know this. I've been listening to, bro, watching Destroy Lonely blow up was actually really fucking crazy.
I could imagine.
Uh,
Talk to
I
us.
was in a group chat with him, like iMessage group chat, a bunch of Instagram dudes, like 7 years ago. Just super cordial shit, you know? He's just a
Wow.
regular guy, bro. So seeing him at this level is really fucking insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been listening to that dude for a long fucking time. And he's also one of those dudes that always stood out. Like, I was listening to him a long time ago, and I was like,
Mm.
yeah, this nigga gonna be different. Like, he's really fucking different. And it happened. And like seeing shit like that makes me realize that it's definitely possible for like people like Relics too. Like, I've seen it, so shit, it's possible.
It is it's more than possible. I mean, in my opinion, at this point, it's happening.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
like it's just happening at this point. It's just the music, the talent, it's undeniable. When you're just doing so good that they can't ignore you, kind of a thing, you know? Like it's not gonna happen. We will
Yeah,
see Relics on a world tour one day. You heard it
yeah,
here first. Swank, tell them you heard it here first.
yeah, for sure. You heard it here first. World tour,
Hell
Sleeping
yeah.
Relics World Tour soon.
That's gonna be fucking lit.
I think it's closer than people think.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. We all know it is. So, Swank, man, my big question to you right now is what's the future look like for G Swank, man? Like what's the plan? Like
This,
if you have one for
yeah,
because I think you should have a career in music, doing music and being very successful doing that. Just my opinion from this end, of course. But I would, and I think people would like to know, what does the future look like for you, man?
I don't really share this a lot with people,
That's fair. That's fair. You again
but
keep your cards close
this
to the chest as you want, man. I'm not trying
what
to
I
pry or
want to
anything like
do
that.
is I want to incorporate all of my passions. Like,
Mhm.
I don't make music, but I'm really passionate about music. Like, I fucking
Yeah.
love music. Music, skateboarding, and clothes are like my passions. Three things I'm really fucking passionate about. So
Mhm.
my future looks like providing something for the culture through all three of those mediums.
Mhm.
Like, uh, yeah, you're gonna see me in all three of those fields for sure. Music, skateboarding, fashion. That's what my future looks like. That's all I want to do for the rest of my life.
I love that. So yeah, I had in my couple quick questions. I was gonna ask G Swing skates. What can you say about skateboarding, man? You love to get
Man,
out on that board, bro.
there's so much learning that comes from skateboarding that you can apply to just regular life shit.
Mm,
And like underground music is kind of like counterculture, you would say. And
yeah,
it's the same way with skateboarding. Like, you know, normal people don't see skateboarding how a skateboarder would see it, you know?
yes.
Like it's not looked at as like, well, it's becoming a bit more mainstream now, but it's still something really niche. Like you don't really understand it until you get into it. And I feel like that's the same way like underground music. You don't really get it unless you're here in the scene. Like you don't get it.
I actually love how you put that because skateboarding is definitely in that same realm because I feel like a lot of people look at just anyone on the street look at someone skateboarding and just be like, damn, like you get hurt, like that's some crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah, because again, you're going out there on concrete trying to do some crazy shit and just eat shit, you know.
Mhm.
But that definitely teaches you a lot, right?
But yeah, I want to be able to, not only do I want to be able to like provide something for the culture, I want to like people that I fuck with, I want to be able to elevate them through my
Mhm.
mediums. So
Yeah,
like if I'm really big in fashion, I want to put the people that I fuck with personally in my clothes and shit like that,
that's fire.
and just have, you know, put more eyes on them, man. I'm all about fucking helping other people elevate. That's what I
Mm.
fuck.
So what does fashion mean to you though? Is it just another form of expression for just
Yeah,
for
that's what everything
like
is for me.
yeah.
But I just really like I think
I mean, you
people will
got
get it
crazy
when I,
fits, bro. You got crazy fits.
yeah,
You get some of the best fits off on IG out of the whole underground scene. Would you agree
yeah.
with that?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's one thing. That's one thing I like. I gotta pop my shit about. Like, I put that shit on. Like, niggas can't deny that. I'm a fly guy for sure. I
This
don't
is
think
true.
niggas fucking with me on that level at all. But yeah,
What's the brand gonna be called in the future? Or is that too much though? Is that too much?
it's probably a bit too much.
I
It's probably
understand.
just.
I understand.
It's probably just
I
gonna
knew
be
I
G.
was
It's
reaching. I
probably
knew
just
I
gonna
was
be G
reaching right
Swank.
there.
Honestly.
Swank. Really, man, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. I could really talk to you all day. Where can the people find you, man? Where can people find Swank, SoundCloud, Instagram, whatever else you want to plug?
Everywhere you can find me, either Almighty G Swank or just G Swank, and I'll pop up.
Beautiful.
That's it. Almighty,
Almighty, the one and only. Swank.
one and only.
Any last words for the people out there? Closing statement.
If you're gonna have an opinion, do your fucking research. Don't just say shit. Don't just talk out of your ass. Do some research. Whatever you're passionate about, keep doing that. And the way to the life that you want is to create. And through creativity, you can literally create the life that you want to live. So if you're passionate about something creatively, do that shit and watch how far it takes you. But it's gonna take time. So just keep going. It's like I do. Keep going.
I absolutely fucking love that. Everyone listening, take that to heart. Re-listen to that again because that's some really, really real shit that should be a pillar of your life right there, what he just said. Swank, man, thank you so much for coming on, giving us some hot takes, giving us some just real shit, man. It is much, much appreciated, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you again, Swank, for coming on. Everyone listening to the Expressions Podcast, thank you very much. And until next time.